Okay, let's get into it, everybody. Dan Campbell calling the plays. And we have what? We have Sound of Goff talking about it?
Dan
All right,
Campbell.
I want to hear from Dan Campbell about taking over the play calling duties.
Very insightful.
Yes, I want to hear it, as a matter of fact. Let's hear from Dan Campbell.
A little bit of a fashion statement today with the
I can't see. I can't see anymore.
But you talked about some changes coming. I mean, just talk about it appeared as if you were calling players. What was the mindset behind changing things up, and were you calling the plays?
Yeah, it was just let's try something a little different, right? And look, I know what I want to do. I know how I want to do it. Now, that being said, this is a collaborative effort now. I mean, I was taking input from John Morton that whole time and the other coaches. So, hey, man, what do you think here? Third down. All right, we get into this. 3rd and 7 plus, blah, 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 blah. All right, where are we at? Give me the. So, this is all encompassing. Man, we all work together. Coaches did a hell of a job. But I just wanted to change it up a little bit. Let's just see if maybe a different play caller can maybe get us a little rhythm. That's all. And it honestly is nothing more than that. I know you're probably going to want to ask questions about, well, what about this, or I heard this. It's not that. This was a change. We made a change. It was good for today.
This is coaches. Now, let me translate that.
All right.
Into real terms. Man wasn't doing his job. We can't be losing to a horseshit team like the Minnesota Vikings. I took over the stuff.
Wait a minute. Do you know who their quarterback is?
I know. MVP candidate, J.J. McCarthy.
Right.
J.J. McCarthy.
Sorry, Terry,
I'm probably going to be banned in Ann Arbor for saying that. But that's a bad team. Especially we got to see them play yesterday, and I'm like, how can the Lions lose this damn team?
But they did.
They did, and it counts as an L.
No, it does. But no, Terry, yeah, and for the people that are like, they're not going to fire Johnny Morton in the middle of the season. They're not going to do that. They're just not. This is going to be the way that it is now. Dan Campbell. And look, is he doing that? Is he protecting the old man there a little bit?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. 100%.
How about a lot of bit?
Yes, Terry.
And he even said he did a great job.
Yes.
He did a great job looking at his little placemat and saying nothing.
We not going to act like this was Anthony Lynn and the offense just looked anemic. They had games where they were good, but over the last 3 weeks, it was just a repeated sign that something was not working right, and he felt like he needed to make a change.
And it was very simple. They just unplugged his headset and didn't tell him.
Yeah.
That's all they did. Yeah.
like they did Brady Hoke when he was the Michigan coach.
That's all they did. They unplug his headset,
right?
And they're like, J-Mo, what do you think about it? And he starts talking, and they don't hear him because the earphones are unplugged. With those headsets, they have a mic and a headphone cable, right? You leave the headphone cable plugged in, you just unplug the mic one, and you say, hey, Johnny Mo, we're 3rd and 5. What do you think? And then he just says that.
No, he does like this.
Right. Yeah. And it's a good thing he's not on the field. You got him up in the box, out the way.
It was a plan all along. But no, Terry, they're not going to fire him in the middle of a Super Bowl push because that's what it is. They'll just leave the headset unplugged and they'll keep it pushing.
Right. And let him have a little dignity. You know how I knew he wasn't calling plays? Because it wasn't the Dan Campbell with his eyeglasses on. It was Johnny Morton was talking. He wasn't putting the place card over his mouth. So in other words, he wasn't saying anything that could hurt the Lions. He's just saying, hey, I'm just having a good time up here. The hot dogs sure are good.
Yes.
You don't have to cover your mouth for that.
Yes. But I think that's what it's going. But no, it was amazing. I will say this. It was amazing how if you didn't know anything about football and you just saw them last year, saw them a couple weeks ago, and then saw them again yesterday, you'd be like, this last one looked like the first one. Mm-hmm. Even if you didn't know anything about the concept, just the way the run blocking was. It was back to a running play had 2 yards before the play even started. And it didn't matter. Colin came in at safety. Now, I knew it was going to work because he had the Jordans on, the Honolulu Blue Jordans. Those went hard, Spenny.
I got the same pair. I was wearing the same pair of shoes.
Yeah, you were.
Beautiful.
But yeah, it was It didn't matter who was out there, Terry. Like, for real, it didn't. And it's incredible, man. It's absolutely incredible. Jared Goff, by the way, and I know he got the game ball, so Dan Campbell talked about it. Literally no one in the chat of the show yesterday. When I came on halftime, D-Mac and I talked about it. No one said a word. He was perfect yesterday.
He was.
Perfect. Every ball was like...
Jared Goff had an amazing game.
He shredded.
Dude, every ball was between the nipples, man. Like,
yeah, and he had there were a couple plays that he made. The one that stands out that I remember the most was when he was on the run outside of the pocket, the sidearm to Sam Laporta for the first down. That was a great throw. He had a couple that he squeezed in there between some secondary members to hit J-Mo on crossing routes. Like, Jared Goff was on one for sure. And that also is a factor of Dan Campbell taking over the play calling, knowing the things that Jared Goff does well, knowing the passes and the plays that he's very comfortable with. And we saw a lot of those quick breaking routes, quick action, early stuff like that, and getting the ball out. So, yeah, Goff was on one yesterday. That was awesome.
yes. Mark Royal, here's a good point. All you need to know is that Goff rarely killed a play this week, and last week he killed almost every play.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Kill.
Right.
Kill.
Right.
I remember him doing it once yesterday.
Yeah.
I remember him doing
That's
it
a
once.
good point.
That's pretty funny. People also talking about screens. You didn't see a lot of screens. Like, look, the Vikings thing, like, what is a blitz killer, though? Like, I get why the game plan was a game plan against the Vikings.
Yeah.
Like, I get that. That was a unique situation they were in because you're playing a team that blitzes more than half the time, 60% of the time or whatever it was. Lehman in the Twitch chat. Dan's not going to let Morton dismantle everything he's built. The flow of the game looked entirely different. The offense, even going against a crap defense, looked different than any other games this year. Even the 50-burger against Chicago, it looked off. This game against Washington looked like the 2023-2024 Lions. DNC, Johnny Moe was like Scott Hansen on Red Zone yesterday.
Nothing to call, no touchdowns.
Right.
All the games are 5-6.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe Freight Train was right all along. He was trying to tell us.
He knew?
He's
Johnny
drunk.
Bo was a drunk, dog. Bro, Dan had his readers on, dog. I can't get over that. He was watching the Golden Girls last night, just calling plays.
Latour.
Dude, when you get a certain age, you can't see.
He was on
You need some
QVC.
readers or something.
He was on QVC just ordering stuff.
And Flower 33. Johnny Moe would be like, "Is this thing on?" Oh well. And then they would just tap it. Yeah, Johnny, we got you. We got you.
Now, what was happening? You know, Dan he's right when he said, you know, what do you guys think this situation here? And Johnny Moe would say, "Whatever you say, Dan. I'm all behind it. Let's go."
Let's go. Yes. Jay the Vet. Dolphins beat the Bills. Division opponents play the better teams tougher, and they know each other, and it happens. You know what? The Bills game was sweet to me yesterday, Terry. So I flew home from South Florida yesterday morning. I had an early flight, and as I was, like, getting there to leave, they were landing, and a lot of them were landing down in Fort Lauderdale Airport, obviously, to go to the game. They had their shorts on and their Josh Allen jerseys.
Yeah.
And got
Funny
cooked.
story about that.
Yeah, and got cooked.
What made it better is Miami's celebration after the game. They were breakdancing in the locker room. Mike McDaniel was straight to the bar. Is the rumor. Like, that is hilarious.
Off
bro.
the wagon. Back
Yes.
off the wagon. Yeah, no doubt. DNC, Terry, his name is 9. Referring to J.J. McCarthy.
I'm sorry,
alter
you're 9.
ego.
9, that's
You got to
right.
change that
Is
shit
that
to
a
4.5.
German 9? Like,
He's got to change it to 4.5 after yesterday, bro.
I don't like the way they spelling it.
Yeah. Him and his 53% completion percentage. IT Hips, how Jonathan Vilma has a job as an analyst is insane. I can't believe he's still calling Brian Branch Deion Branch. He did not.
No, what he did is he called Frank Haley Christian Mahogany.
Oh, Hank Fraley?
Yeah, we have the video cut, but that man, he did it.
No,
again.
he did not. No, he didn't. He didn't mess out yesterday. I didn't hear it.
We have the video.
Deion Branch. He
No,
didn't say Deion
he
Branch.
called Frank Haley.
Hank
They
Fraley.
had, Hank Fraley. He called him Christian Mahogany.
I remember
They
that.
were talking
yes.
about Christian Mahogany.
Wow. That's
You
crazy.
would think, Vilma's done a few Lions games. He would know better.
Coach KY in the Twitch chat. Johnny Moe's a drunk and Phipps a pothead.
There you go.
You know what we forgot
Phipps
about on the
definitely-
kickoff, though? That penalty they got called against the Commanders. So it was like a free license to try that kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we missed that at the watch party. We knew there was a penalty. We didn't know there was a second one. So That was the why on that. Because I was talking about it with D-Mac, like geometrically, that is the move. If you can tuck the kick into the corner, because they have to field it,
Right.
you know. So, and then you have a third, you have an extra defender there on the sideline, but whatever. All right, let's take the break. Talk about J-Mo, Ja Gibbs. Like, it's time to have that discussion, man, because they're on another level. They're on an absolute another level.